Listen to this, sir. Your rebirth begins tonight, and believe me, what I am going to tell you can change the way you see yourself. Many men write to me after reading my content, and their words hit me straight in the heart because they describe emotions they thought were lost forever. Michael, 63 years old, wrote to me saying, "I never imagined feeling this energy again. I thought that part of me had disappeared, and every time I read something like that, I remember why this journey is so vital." Virility does not disappear. It simply fades slowly, but it can always be reignited. When a man regains deep, restorative sleep, his body begins to produce testosterone like it did decades ago, with the same natural language of youth. This is not about turning back time, but about reconnecting with the biology that has always been yours. Think about it for a moment. Your heart has not forgotten how to beat strongly. Your muscles remember how to respond. Your mind still knows how to generate dopamine, confidence, and desire. It just needs the right environment to remind it. And that environment starts with something as simple as sleeping well, nourishing your body, and calming your mind. That, sir, is the real medicine, the nighttime vitamin I speak of, a precise mix of science, discipline, and respect for yourself. I have seen incredible changes. Men who stopped taking sleeping pills, who regained the joy of walking with vigor, who embrace their partner again with desire and tenderness. And the most impressive part is that they did it without fear, without shame, and without hiding their age. Because age, gentlemen, is not a limit. It is the story that deserves to be honored while you decide to keep writing it. If you feel a small spark inside you right now, do not ignore it. It is your body speaking to you, reminding you that you are still alive, that you can change, that you can still improve. So tonight, do something different. Turn off the screens, breathe deeply, prepare your glass of warm water with your nightly mix, sit quietly for a moment, and give thanks. Because from this moment on, every night will be an opportunity to be reborn. Your body has not failed you. It was just waiting for you to listen, to take care of it, and to restore its balance. And now you already know how to do it. Sleep peacefully, let science do its work while you rest. Every cell, every blood vessel, every tissue in your body knows what to do. You just need to trust and remain consistent. Remember, virility is not brute strength, but harmony between body, mind, and rest. When these three pieces fit together again, no age can stop you. Your mission is simple: honor your body and your vitality. Aging is not the end of your power, but the beginning of your bodily wisdom. Share this message with anyone who needs it. Because when a man wakes up rested, full of energy, and with a renewed sense of hope, he radiates vitality to everyone around him. And tonight, while the world sleeps, your body will begin its true recovery. Testosterone is not bought, sir. It is cultivated, cared for, and activated night after night, with consistency and attention. Before we continue, I would love to know something to connect with our community. What city or country are you watching from? Write it in the comments. I love getting to know the people who really care about their health, and this allows me to create more useful and relevant content for you and your region. Let's get to the point. I want you to pay attention, because what I am about to tell you can radically change your well-being. After 60, many men notice uncomfortable transformations. Sleep becomes shallow, the body's recovery takes longer, desire decreases, and energy slowly slips away, day by day. Many believe this is an inevitable part of aging, but it is not. The reality is that there is a silent sabotage that limits your body's regeneration every night: magnesium deficiency. This mineral, often overlooked, is one of the most essential pillars for male health. Without magnesium, the body cannot fully relax, the brain does not reach the deep phases of sleep, and testosterone, the hormone that represents your vigor, desire, and strength, is not released as it should. During youth, the body stores magnesium in muscles and tissues, but over the years those reserves diminish. After 55, intestinal absorption can drop by up to 40%, even when consuming vegetables, nuts, or legumes. The result is devastating. You sleep, but you do not rest. I have heard this story countless times. Men like Daniel, 67 years old, or Robert, 62 years old, tell me, I go to bed exhausted and wake up the same. I sleep 8 hours, but I'm still drained, without energy or motivation. When analyzing their lifestyle, we always find one common factor: the lack of magnesium. This deficiency keeps the body in constant tension, as if it could never fully relax. At night, the nervous system should calm down to allow testosterone production, muscle repair, and cellular regeneration, but without enough magnesium, this process simply does not happen. And something fascinating happens while you sleep deeply. The blood vessels in the penis naturally expand, oxygenating the tissues and stimulating circulation. That is the cause of nocturnal and morning erections, a clear sign that your body is functioning properly, that testosterone flows, and that your arteries are healthy. When that response disappears, it does not mean you have aged, but that your body has lost the internal balance that allows this reaction. This is where magnesium comes into play, but not just any magnesium, only the forms that really reach the nervous and muscular systems: magnesium glycinate and magnesium threonate. Magnesium glycinate has a deeply relaxing effect, reduces cramps, improves circulation to the sexual organs, and calms nerve impulses, ideal for those who wake up multiple times during the night or suffer from muscle stiffness. On the other hand, magnesium threonate works directly on the brain, enhancing its function and harmonizing the mind while you rest. It helps turn off mental noise, calm nighttime anxiety, and reach the deep phases of sleep where more testosterone is released. Both magnesium glycinate and threonate work in perfect synergy, which is why I call them the modern man's nighttime vitamin, not because they are magical, but because they restore what age and stress have altered in your body. I remember the case of Robert, a retired accountant, 68 years old. He arrived full of frustration because, in his own words, he no longer recognized himself. He slept poorly, was irritable, and his desire had completely disappeared. I suggested he start with 200 milligrams of magnesium glycinate before bed, accompanied by a chamomile tea. Just a week later, he sent me a message I will never forget. I sleep like I did 20 years ago, and I also feel like my body has awakened again. That is the magic of giving the body what it needs. Magnesium does not make you young again. It reconnects, helping your body to produce testosterone naturally, without chemicals or artificial stimulants. And the most surprising part is that the benefits go far beyond virility. It also improves memory, reduces anxiety, and regulates blood pressure. I repeat, sleeping is not simply resting. Resting means allowing your body to repair, regenerate, and wake up the next day with renewed energy. Magnesium opens that door every night. When used correctly, the body remembers on its own how to activate its natural processes. In the next episode, you will discover the perfect combination of magnesium, zinc, and vitamin B6. 3 elements that, when working together, create the perfect symphony for your testosterone to rise during the night and for your body to regain its natural power. Get ready, because what you will learn can transform not only your nights, but also your days. Gentlemen, now that we understand the importance of magnesium in male regeneration, it is time to go a step further. Magnesium is the foundation, yes, but it does not act alone. To keep natural testosterone production active during the night, the body requires a perfect biochemical alliance: magnesium, zinc, and vitamin B6. 3 simple elements that, when properly combined, restore the internal power of the mature man. Imagine your body as an orchestra. Magnesium is the conductor who sets the rhythm and maintains the necessary silence. Zinc is the main instrument that produces the melody of virility. And vitamin B6 is the sheet music that ensures every note arrives on time and in harmony. Without any of them, the music is interrupted. That, gentlemen, is what happens in the bodies of many men after 60. During the night, your body should release testosterone cyclically. This hormone not only regulates desire, it also controls muscle mass, mood, and mental clarity. But if key minerals are missing, that cycle is completely broken. Sleep becomes shallow, and glands stop producing hormones at the natural rhythm your body needs. That is why more and more men feel constant fatigue, lack of desire, and a sense of inner dimming, as if their vitality is slipping through their fingers. It is not age, sir, it is the loss of nighttime hormonal synchronization. Let's see how each element works. Magnesium calms the nervous system and relaxes muscles, allowing the brain to enter the deep phases of sleep, where testosterone is naturally released. Without magnesium, you sleep, but your body never really rests. Zinc, on the other hand, is the true builder of testosterone. Without zinc, the Leydig cells in the testicles cannot produce enough male hormone. It also strengthens the immune system and protects the prostate from inflammation. But there is more. Zinc also maintains the balance of desire, preventing mood drops and sexual fatigue. Vitamin B6 is the piece that allows the other two to work together. Without B6, the body cannot properly absorb either magnesium or zinc, and it also regulates dopamine and serotonin, the neurotransmitters of well-being and motivation. That is why taking this combination not only improves your virility, but also your mood and concentration. The question many men ask is, how and when should they take them? The ideal time is at night, between 30 and 60 minutes before going to bed, accompanied by warm water or a relaxing tea, such as chamomile. Never take them in the morning, because magnesium relaxes, it does not stimulate. During the day you need energy, at night, deep rest. Regarding the dose, the most effective and safe combination for men over 60 is magnesium, glycinate or threonate, 200 to 400 milligrams, zinc, 15 milligrams, vitamin B6, 10 milligrams. That formula works like a nighttime symphony. First, magnesium relaxes muscles and mind. Then, zinc activates hormone production. And finally, vitamin B6 coordinates and enhances the effects, ensuring that every hour of sleep is used to the fullest. I remember the case of John, 71 years old, who had not slept well for more than 10 years. He told me he woke up 3 times every night and no longer felt desire or motivation. I recommended this combination with a single warning: he had to be consistent. 2 weeks later, he returned with a radiant smile. I sleep 6 hours straight, and for the first time in years, I feel full of energy in the morning. My wife says I've become the man I used to be. That is not a miracle, sir. It is nature doing its work once you give your body what it needs. Even at 70, the male body has an immense potential for regeneration, but it requires the right environment, nutrients, rest, and consistency. This formula not only improves sleep and testosterone, it also regulates blood pressure, optimizes circulation, strengthens memory, and reduces irritability. That is why I call it the male rebirth formula, sir, because it transforms a man from the inside while he sleeps. And I assure you, if you are consistent for 14 nights in a row, you will notice changes you once thought impossible. You will sleep deeply, wake up full of energy, and feel vitality return effortlessly, without stimulant pills and without unnecessary risks. In the next part, you will discover the most common mistakes that can sabotage this process, even if you are taking the correct formula. They are small habits that seem harmless, but can completely halt your hormonal regeneration. Do not ignore them, because avoiding them will make the difference between a temporary change and a real, lasting transformation. Gentlemen, if you have made it this far, you already know that the key to vitality after 60 is not in miraculous drugs, but in sleeping deeply and properly nourishing the body. However, there is something I must warn you about with complete honesty. Many men lose the results of weeks of consistency by making simple but devastating mistakes. Today, I am going to reveal the 3 most common ones, the ones that block hormonal regeneration even when taking the perfect formula. Error number 1. Taking the supplement at the wrong time. This is the most frequent mistake and at the same time the easiest to correct. Many men take magnesium and zinc in the morning, thinking it will give them energy, but the opposite happens. Magnesium has a relaxing and neurosedative effect, ideal for inducing deep sleep, not for starting the day. Taking it early results in light drowsiness and, worse, disrupts the natural rhythm of your hormones. The body has an internal clock, the circadian rhythm. During the day, cortisol dominates, the hormone that keeps you awake. At night, the body reduces cortisol and increases melatonin and testosterone. Taking magnesium and zinc in the morning alters this balance, and when night comes, your body no longer recognizes that it is time to rest. The solution is simple. Always take it between 30 and 60 minutes before sleep in a calm environment with dim or natural lights, accompanied by a glass of warm water or a relaxing tea, like chamomile. Turn off your phone. Don't watch TV. Give your brain the most powerful message there is. It is time to regenerate. Error number 2, using the wrong type of magnesium. This is a technical error, but absolutely crucial. 90% of older men who come to consultations have purchased magnesium oxide because it is cheap and easy to find, but it does not produce the effects you truly need. The problem is that magnesium oxide has minimal absorption and can also cause intestinal discomfort. That is why, after a few days, many men abandon the treatment saying, "This does not work." It is not that it does not work, sir, it is that they chose the wrong form. The male body needs highly bioavailable magnesium, which actually reaches where it needs to act. Magnesium glycinate works on the muscles and circulatory system, relaxing blood vessels and improving flow to the sexual organs. Magnesium threonate crosses the blood-brain barrier and enhances concentration, calmness, and the depth of sleep. The solution is clear. Avoid magnesium oxide and generic supplements. Look for glycinate or threonate and take it consistently, because the body needs several days of regular use to reach optimal absorption levels. Error number 3, lack of consistency and nightly discipline. This is the most common and the most harmful. Many men start motivated, notice slight improvement, and then forget to take the supplement. Sometimes they skip it on weekends or combine it with alcohol, which neutralizes its effects. And then they wonder why the results disappear. Magnesium, zinc, and vitamin B6 are not instant stimulants. They are nutrients that restore balance progressively. Your body needs between 10 and 14 consecutive nights to equilibrate and allow deep sleep to reactivate testosterone. If you interrupt the process, everything starts over from scratch. The solution is to turn nighttime supplementation into a ritual, sir. Make that moment sacred. A cup of tea, deep breathing, and silence. Each night you repeat this ritual, your brain associates it with repair and calm, creating a positive conditioning that enhances the biological effect of the supplement. Other mistakes to avoid are small details, but they make a big difference. Number 1, eating dinner too late or too much. If you eat right before bed, your body focuses on digestion, not regeneration. Have dinner at least 2 or 3 hours before sleep and choose something light. Number 2, using your phone or looking at bright screens. Blue light blocks melatonin production. Without melatonin, the body does not release testosterone. Number 3, drinking alcohol before bed. It may help you fall asleep, but it destroys the deep phases of rest. It is a silent enemy of your virility. Number 4, having expectations without patience. This is a biological process, not a quick trick. The body rebuilds night after night. Results arrive gradually, but they last much longer. Discipline is what transforms gentlemen. I have seen men who did not miss a single night for 30 days. The change was so evident that some said, "I feel like my body has rejuvenated 10 years." It is not an exaggeration. When deep sleep returns, the whole body responds. Muscles regain tone, the mind clears, blood pressure stabilizes, and libido is reborn with strength. So remember this, it is not just about taking a supplement, but about creating a true, deep rest environment that allows the body to work as it is designed. It is not fighting age, it is reconciling with your natural rhythm. In the next part, you will discover what happens inside you after 2 weeks of consistency, how your hormones, mood, energy, and confidence change. What comes next is not a dream, it is your male rebirth. After years working with men over 60, it is clear that the male body does not age as we have been led to believe. The real problem is not age, but forgetfulness. The body forgets how to rest, how to produce testosterone, and how to regenerate. The good news is that it can remember. And when it does, what I call male rebirth occurs. After 2 weeks of correctly following the routine, magnesium, glycinate or threonate, zinc, and vitamin B6 before bed, the body begins to change from the first cell to the mind. Sleep stops being a struggle and becomes a silent source of energy. Men who previously woke 3 or 4 times a night now sleep deeply, and when they open their eyes, they feel something they thought was lost: real vitality. During the first week, the change is subtle but noticeable. The body relaxes faster, the legs stop cramping, the mind calms, and morning erections begin to reappear, even slightly. That is the sign that the body is regaining testosterone production at the right moment, during deep sleep, exactly when it is most needed. In the second week, the impact multiplies. Many men, like Stephen, 66 years old, tell me, "I wake up energized, without heaviness, with mental clarity, and even my mood has changed. My wife says I look different and that I have started smiling again." And it is not just about hormones, but vital energy. When the body truly rests, the brain releases dopamine and serotonin in balance. Dopamine restores motivation, focus, and desire. Serotonin brings serenity, patience, and joy. This internal balance transforms not only virility, but also character. A man who sleeps well does not react with irritation, does not feel defeated. He feels centered, strong, and confident. The third week marks a turning point, gentlemen. Metabolism readjusts, circulation improves, and inflammation in the body begins to decrease. The prostate decompresses, blood pressure stabilizes, and breathing becomes deeper and smoother. Muscles that previously felt heavy or weak regain tone and firmness. And most importantly, the mind reconciles with the body. I have seen men transform in surprising ways in just a few weeks. I remember the case of Martin, 74 years old. For years, he had taken sleeping pills and said he felt empty, without desire, and without energy. He started this protocol skeptically, but he was consistent and disciplined. After 21 nights in a row, he called me excited. "I haven't slept like this in years. I wake up rested, walk without fatigue, and I feel like a man again." That is what happens when the body receives what it has always needed: deep rest and nightly nourishment. It is not about turning back time, but about turning the night into a laboratory of natural repair. While you sleep, your blood vessels expand, your cells regenerate, your brain removes toxins, and your heart works with less effort. That is the true source of youth, sir. Remember this: your body is not broken. It is waiting for you to listen. Testosterone cannot be bought in a pharmacy. It is cultivated with habits, consistency, and respect for rest. Every night you sleep deeply is an investment in your virility, your energy, and your well-being. That is why tonight, when you turn off the lights, take a deep breath and remember, your body knows what to do. Let magnesium relax your muscles, let zinc activate your glands, and let vitamin B6 silently coordinate this repair process. When you wake up, you will feel the difference. And when someone says to you, at your age, "That's not possible anymore," smile, because you will know the truth. Yes, it is possible, sir. Power is not lost, it sleeps. And this time, thanks to your discipline, you are learning to awaken it. Virility has no age, it has balance. If this message resonated with you, share it with another man who deserves to regain his energy, confidence, and rest. Your story does not end at 60. Your story can be reborn tonight, at the exact moment you decide to take care of yourself.